Hello, learners. Welcome to your Learning Hub, the Learning Loop. If you are watching this for the first time, thank you for dropping by. I am Swati Sharma, and this is the second video of my beginner friendly Python course series. If you haven't checked out my first video and you are interested in knowing the brief history of Python, the features of Python to know why Python is so popular among both beginners and professionals, or you want to know the real world examples of Python, please go check out my first video. In this video today, I will be installing Python on my PC. We will go to Python's official website and download Python on my PC. So without further ado, let's dive in. I really do not have slides today. I will be actually showing you the demo of how to install Python, but I have prepared the slides, so I will share these slides with you guys in my description box. If you want to go back and follow the steps, you can go ahead and check that out. So if I go to the next slide, you can see there are steps highlighted, so you can follow this as well if you want to follow through the slides and the written steps. Okay, I will now quickly go to the Google Chrome or any other web browser. In my case, I will be going to not the Chrome but the Microsoft Edge. You can use any web browser of your choice, Mozilla, Edge, or Google Chrome, and all we have to type is download Python. Okay, hit enter, and you can see the very first option is download Python, and we are getting Python's official org, that is www.python.org. So we are going to actually go and install Python from Python's official org. So I'm gonna click this, and I am going to click download here. So this is for Windows, and I believe the site has recognized that I'm on Windows machine and given me the option to download the latest version using Windows or for Windows. However, if you are using any other platform, you can download from below, or I believe this site should give you the option for the OS you are on. If that's not the case, then you can just go down and select any of the options, any of the OS that you have. For example, you are on Linux or Unix, you can click this and you will have the option for Linux and Unix. And if you go and just click on this latest Python, or I will go to downloads, and then you can click Mac, whichever OS you are using. So I'm using Windows. I'm directly going to click download Python 3.13.6. Okay, my internet seems to be quite fast, and I think it would be done in few seconds. My Python would be installed. Once the Python is installed, you just need to click on that exe file that's been downloaded, and there would be a setup dialog box that is opened, and I'll show you that. So I have put that exe file on my desktop, and whichever location you have chosen as the download location, it should be there mostly in your downloads. And I'm just double click this option, that exe file that we just downloaded from official Python's website, and we will get this setup dialog box. All right, now this is important. So before we actually click install now, we also have to check this box which says add python.exe to path. So what that would do is it will add the Python's location. As you can see under install now, you can see the location of Python, or the location where the Python will be installed is given. That's here, right? Oops. So this is the location where Python will be installed, and we need to check this particular option right now. So if you do not do that, what would happen is that every time you want to use Python, you have to actually navigate to this particular location to start using Python. However, if we check this box, the Python will be added to something called as environmental variables on Windows machine. So that would allow us to use Python from anywhere or from the default location of our Windows machine. So if I open up a command prompt, my bad, just delete it. So if I open command prompt on my Windows machine, and whatever the default location is of this command prompt, and I want to use Python, I will just write Python, hit enter, and I can start using Python from there. If you haven't checked that box, then you will get an error message and you have to navigate to this path every time. In order to skip that, and for ease that we can use Python and from anywhere or any location, we will actually go ahead and add Python or to our environmental variables, or check this box which will add this location to environmental variables. To show you when I say what is environmental variables, I'm not sure. Search option and I type environmental so I click this. So I will get this particular option where you can see some of the paths are already there. So all I need to do is hit new and name whatever you want and put the value as the actual path that I want to add to the environmental variables, which in our case would be this C user swat app data / local program / Python / Python 313 would be. So I have to fill this path here. So once I do that, I can use Python from my default location on my command prompt. This is a manual step. In order to skip this manual step, we will actually just check this box and automatically you will see that Python has been added to the environmental variables. So I will check this box and we will, after installing, we will come back and I will show you guys that has already been added or had been added after installation. I will actually also check use admin privileges when installing py.exe because I am sharing this laptop with my dad and I'm not admin in this laptop, so I want to make sure that this Python is installed with the admin privileges. So if you're not admin, please feel free to go ahead and check this box. If you are admin, I will still say go ahead and check that box. Right, it would take some time, it would take a few minutes for the installation to complete.
A few moments later.
Right, Python has now been successfully installed on my system. It took around 15 to 20 minutes to get Python installed. So before we go and check on my system if Python has been successfully installed or not, we'll quickly check the environmental variables and I'll show you the Python has been actually added to the path on those environmental variables. Okay, so you can see here are the environmental variables and you can see this path and you can see the exactly same Python path has been included here. There are multiple locations or multiple, like it's Python 313 scripts that's been added and the whole Python 313 folder has been added, and then there's something Windows app that has been added. Now, so it has done, there are 3 paths that has been added to environmental variables, because we checked that add python.exe to path or environmental variables or path, I will say. Now I will just close it and open my command prompt, and we will see if the Python has been successfully installed or not. So after you install Python to test it if Python has been successfully installed on your system or not, you need to launch the command prompt and type python -- version, and we will quickly go ahead and do that. Okay, here is my command prompt, and I'll do python, then say -- version, and hit type, and you can see the Python has been installed on my system, as it is giving me the version of Python here. And if I type Python here and hit enter, the Python will actually start on my system, and I can type any Python command, any Python code, and it will run without any issues. Yep, as you can see these arrows, that tells me that the Python app has been initiated. So I will type print command here, and for syntax, print should be all in small caps, then the bracket. In the bracket, whatever you want to print, if that's a text, always put them into double quotes or single quotes, depending on whatever you want. Let's say I say hello world, and go back, sorry, close the window, hit enter, and that's printed. If you use single quote as well, that should work, no issues. I will use the single quote here, and it works. Perfect. So which means the Python has been successfully installed on my system. Alright, now that we have installed Python, so how to type a print command, I would like you guys to go back home and try installing Python and type that print command on your computer. Before we wrap up, I also wanted to go over my upcoming videos, what we would be covering in our upcoming videos. And as you can see on your screens, I would be going over, in the very next video, I'll be going over an IDE. That's a very important tool that we would be using. And once we have learned what is an IDE, what's the purpose of it, we will be actually installing Python with Anaconda. We will learn about what is Anaconda, and it's a powerful tool for data science. It's a data science focused tool which comes with the libraries of Python packaged into it. So we will learn about that after we have learned about IDE. And we also have a few IDEs in Anaconda, Spider and Jupyter. And because I do not want that the users or my learners feel any kind that I'm using jargons when I say IDE. So IDE is more or less like a coding environment, and where you have a special software where you go and type the code. Now we will learn more about why we need those special coding softwares or coding apps when we can directly use Python or any other app. We will definitely going to learn about that in our next video. In our Anaconda, we have IDEs embedded into it: VS Code, Spider, Jupyter, and I would be mostly using Spider. I would say I will show you Jupyter as well, but I'm not too heavily using Jupyter because I actually use Google Colab, which is very similar to how we use Jupyter. Now, Google Colab is a cloud solution IDE where you do not have to install anything on your laptop. You just need to log in and start using your Python code. Now, Google Colab is very important, or is an essential tool if we are going to learn machine learning and artificial intelligence. Why? We will definitely cover that in our video. I will also give you alternative cloud IDEs that you can use instead of Google Colab. But if you want a detailed video of overview and walk through all those IDEs, please let me know and I can definitely drop a video on that. And that's it, I guess. And if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys in next video. Till then, happy coding.